Good morning, Arsene. Very good win in the week, of course. Has the lift in mood been obvious? Has it been apparent?
Well, we were not happy, but we felt we have done our job by winning the game. But we are more frustrated, and because we are out of a competition. But we have to keep the positives and be inspired for the rest of the season by this positive result.
It means that the rest of your season is about the Premier League now. How important is this game at the weekend?
Of course, it's for us anyway. Every game is a cup final now, and Swansea is always a difficult place to go, and we'll need to repeat the game we had at Bayern Munich. It's as simple as that. A game based on solidarity, fighting spirit, and a bit win at all cost.
Don't want to second guess your team, but is it difficult to change a side after such a great win as the one at Bayern?
No, it's you do what. No decision has been. I have not made a decision. We have to check how the players recover. You want to see as well how physically the players are after such an intense game.
But just finally, in terms of team news, it's Sanya out, Wilshere out, Podolski out, and Gibbs was almost certainly out.
Gibbs is out, and plus all the other players you just mentioned. Monreal will come in back in because he was not qualified for the Champions League.
Hello, Arsene. Do you think that result and performance can, if you like, be bottled and used to renew your chances of making a top four finish?
Yes, of course. I always believe that we have the quality to be in the top four, and it will be down. 10 games is a long way to go, but it's down to consistency. I think the away games, of course, will have a vital part in that, in the final, in our final position of the season. And tomorrow is a big away game, and therefore it's important to prepare well for it.
Of the games that you've got left, there's only one, against Manchester United, against the side above you in the league. So, I mean, the fixtures are there in your favour to a degree, aren't they?
Yes, but you know as well as I do how difficult the Premier League is, and it's not as mathematical as that, unfortunately.
How much of a consolation would a top four finish be for another season without silverware?
Well, you ask any club, the first priority will be to be in the Champions League, you know. So for us, it's the same, and it will be our main focus. And if we can do it again, I think that's what is our target. It will be not enough, but at least it will give us a chance next year to fight at the top level.
You were the first side to stop Bayern Munich scoring all season. Given that, and I know you've got to make a change in your defence with Kieran Gibbs, but the combination you saw on Wednesday, does that look the way ahead between now and the end of the season in the main? I mean, I know Monreal...
It's difficult always to have a long-term prospect. The only thing I can say, defensively, our performance was good on Wednesday night, that's for sure.
So where does that leave Thomas Vermaelen and Wojciech Szczesny?
Well, there are two outstanding players who are part of our squad, and they have played so many games until now that they are, of course, their position is very important in the squad.
After his performance on Wednesday, though, has Lucas Fabianski earned, not the right, but the opportunity for an extended run of games?
I have not made that decision, and once I made it, I will inform the players first.
Of course, yeah. But what was your...
But he had a good performance.
And Thomas Vermaelen, I mean, does that change his position as captain in any way?
No, not at all. Thomas Vermaelen has played many games in many positions, and is a very important player in our squad. They know since the start of the season that there might be a rotation with the three centre-backs who played most of the games, that is Vermaelen, Koscielny and Mertesacker, and he played a big part in that.
has he reacted positively to?
Yes, Thomas is a fantastic attitude, and he's a guy who is absolutely outstanding with his attitude and motivation.
Just one last one for me, Arsene, and it's not connected with Arsenal, but yet again last night in Italy, Spurs were subjected to racist chanting by the fans. Is there a particular problem, do you think, in Italy, and is the answer just to walk off?
The answer is just not to walk off. It looks to be a recurrent problem in Italy, yes, when English teams play there, and it's not acceptable. I don't think that walk off the pitch is the right answer, but you have to isolate people who do that and punish them.
Do you think on the racist thing, Arsene, that UEFA are doing enough? Because this keeps coming up again and again and again, isn't it?
Honestly, I don't know enough, well enough what they do, and they came out many times to, of course, fight against it. Do we do enough? I don't know. I think it has got better. If I compare the time where I played and today, we have made big improvement, but there's still some work to do, and there's always possibility of setbacks.
You say the answer wasn't for players to walk off. Is the answer to kick the clubs out?
Maybe. Because if you walk off, you have no game anymore. Anybody could, when a team is losing, anybody could start racist chants, you know, and you basically get them to master the situation, the racist people, to ban them from football, or even to ban the clubs who do not punish. If you can prove that the clubs do not punish their racist fans, yes, that is a better answer.
You lost to Swansea earlier this season. What do you remember about that game, and how different is it going to be down there?
We lost to Swansea in the Championship, in the Premiership. We knocked them out in the FA Cup. And I think we lost the game in the final part of a game, but on the day, Swansea was very good in the Premiership. I believe in the FA Cup we deserved to win, or even over there at Swansea, and after we had a replay at home that we deserved to win. But it will be again a tight game, because if you look at their numbers since the start of the season, they've been remarkably consistent. They have won the League Cup, and they are one of the teams of the season.
How has Wojciech been? Have you had much of a chance to speak to him about your decision, and how did he respond to that?
Positive, you know. We are all the players are in the same position. Nobody's guaranteed places in the team, and be a competitor is part of it. Is fight for it. I believe that's for everybody exactly the same. When you go into this job, you know you have competition.
Is that maybe then a message to everyone of the squad that no one is untouchable, because they're key positions, aren't they? Your captain and your goalkeeper, and for both not to be involved?
No, nobody. Everybody faces the same competition, and the players who come in have been on the bench for a long time. You know, they have all the same problem. The job of being a top level competitor is to deal with that.
What do you think is needed to try and bridge that gap between the performances that you can get at Bayern Munich and, say, the performance you can get at home against Swansea? Is there something you can solve with this group of players on the training pitch, or do you still feel you're missing something that maybe you need to bring in the summer?
It's a very difficult question to answer. I believe we have the basic quality, because you do not go to Bayern Munich back to the wall and you win if you have no quality, that is for sure. And we have two aspects. We have to improve some aspects on the pitch, and as well mentally, I believe, because this team had not the real success. We need to increase the belief of the team in the quality, and that will bring us down to more consistency.
Arsene, is it fair to say that the goalkeeping position is up for grabs then for the rest of the season?
every position is up for grabs. You know, you have to face it like that. This the last game that decides what will happen in the next one, and we have to live with that.
And Wojciech still features in your long-term plans?
Of course, look, who gave Wojciech a chance from nowhere? It was me from the youth teams, and that means I rate him highly. I have a big respect for what he has done, but we have all ups and downs physically and mentally, and he played many games this season. Maybe I should have rested him a few times in the cup games, what I didn't do for the first time in the season, and it's normal that you have a bit ups and downs. He's a young goalkeeper as well.
Arsene, do you think Michael Laudrup should be considered as one of the candidates for Manager of the Year for what
Yeah.
he's done? Why do you think he's done such a great job?
Because his team has played well, because his team has been remarkably consistent and plays good football, and it was a difficult act to follow Brendan Rodgers, who was successful there, and was a big question mark about him when he arrived, because Swansea has done well last season, and they have continued their progress, and he has brought some good players in as well, and they play good football.
A lot of foreign managers who come to the Premier League take their time to settle, but he seems to have settled straight away.
Yes, he has. First of all, he has a big experience already as a manager. You know, he managed in Spain for years. He has himself already an experience of international level because he played in many different countries. And the other advantage he had, he knew Spanish players because he worked over there.
Okay, last couple now. Thank you.
Arsene, in terms of top four, does it work in your favour, the fact that Spurs and Chelsea still have Europe to concentrate on?
I don't know. You know, as long as you're in the competition, you're focused as well. The focus is natural. So we don't know. The only thing we can hope is that they drop points and that we don't.
And a quick word,
But what we can influence is the fact that we don't drop points. We cannot influence the rest.
just a quick word about Michu, arguably one of the players of the season. Why do you think he's had such an instant impact in the Premier League?
Michu?
Yeah.
Because when you look well at his career, he was a Spanish international of the under-21, under-23, and that means the quality was there. He himself said that he lost his way a little bit when he was a very young player. So that means the potential was always there, and certainly is now more mature, and when you go abroad, it forces you as well maybe to force a bit your nature, but I believe his intelligence and his technique are his main qualities.
Okay, finally in French here.
Yeah. Bonjour Arsène. Cette victoire face au Bayern, elle est prestigieuse, mais elle n'est pas que pour le prestige, elle n'est pas pour rien. Elle va vous aider peut-être dans cette fin de saison.
Bah, c'est ce qu'on espère. C'est ce qu'on espère. Je pense que j'espère que ça augmentera la confiance de l'équipe, qui a été un peu notre point faible cette année, et qu'on terminera bien le championnat.
Juste pour finir, vous avez dit l'objectif c'est quand même d'installer le club dans les 3 ou 4 premières places pour la Champions League. C'est une manière d'être sûr de faire perdurer ce club d'Arsenal dans le top.
Oui, c'est la manière la plus efficace. Maintenant, notre situation financière est solide, donc je pense que le club durera au haut niveau, quoi qu'il arrive, mais nous voulons jouer, en dehors de toute considération financière, nous voulons jouer avec les meilleurs en Europe, et le seul moyen d'y parvenir, c'est d'être en Champions League.
Et gagner aussi.
Et gagner surtout.
Okay, thank you.
Merci.
Merci.